Now, with the fingertips of one hand, lightly touch the pubic bone. The fingertips of the other hand lightly touch the tailbone, the very low part of the tailbone. In between, so the front and back of your pelvic floor border is between the coccyx and the pubic, but then the two sit bones are the lateral border, and that's what you're going to feel yourself now gently rolling to the front of the sit bones and then to the back. And feel that as you roll to the front, the coccyx rises. As you roll to the back, the pubic bone rises. Very small movement. This is your root. Pelvic floor, coccygeal plexus, a lot of nerves down here. Just take your thumbs 4 inches above that, keep your fingers where they are, and then feel the sacrum tipping forward and back. And again, we talked on Wednesday, the sit bones are rolling, but your sacrum is tipping forward and back. Two different functions, two different effects on their areas, the sacral plexus, the sacral chakra. And the next movement, which is totally different from these, thumbs at T12, fingers. And when you go forward, the sacrum is tipping forward, but T12 is going forward and up and forward and back. Sacrum is tipping forward and down, while T12 goes forward and up. It's extraordinary, the counterbalances. And what allows us to have that is a fluid spine. If your spine is hard and rigid and tight, and gripped by abs that won't let go, you don't get this fluidity. We come up now, and the sternum. When you go take T12 forward, the sternum goes up and back. When you take T12 back, the sternum tips forward and back, down. So you got another whole movement. And that tipping just pushes and squeezes the nerves and the fluids and the organs surrounding those areas, those bony areas. So having these areas move well is so crucial. Take one hand now, the back hand on the sacrum, and the front hand on your throat. And as the sacrum tips forward, your throat opens up. And as the sacrum tips back, your throat folds, just gently, opening and folding. Very gentle. And there's the sacrum, the root, T12, the heart. And then come up, lightly touch. I like to touch kind of towards the temples. And I feel the frontal, the brain area. And they used to call it the third eye. Here we call it the brain. You got the pituitary gland, very important gland. And then touch the crown of the head lightly. And you've got fascial connections that connect to the underside of your brain, off of your brain. It has fascia coming up into that frontal bone. So when your head rocks like this, all those cranial bones are moving the fascia, even through the throat. And the brain is being massaged, expanding and contracting, being pulled by this wave of movement. Really, ideally, you want to have a similar movement to this when you're walking. It's very subtle, and it's not like you necessarily totally notice it, but you want that beautiful wave that's going through. We carry way too much stiffness in our spines. And we just get that wave going up and down from the root to the crown, so that when we do our practice, when we do the dragonfly, when we do any of these movements, I can't think of a single movement that we don't get an invitation to this wave, even the small movements. They're all invitations to get all of these centers moving. And your spinal cord, with the spinal fluid running up and down it. The spinal fluid's being pumped up and down. So much is happening over these next 35 minutes with all the different ways we're moving, with the breathing, with the awareness, and with this fluidity up and down these centers.